Janine, I'm helpless for your smile. Like a foolish wanderer, I travel ever onwards to your land. And were it not just for the jewels, I'd close your hand. Your strange demand to collocate my mind scares me into gloom. You're too intense, I'll have to keep you in your place. I've no defense, I've got to keep my veil on my face. Janine, you'd like to know me well, but I've got things inside my head that even I can't face. Janine, you'd like to cross the walls, but if you take an axe to me, you'll kill another man, not me at all. Your faith, Janine, a trooper to the last. But if I catch you standing on my toes, I'll have a right to shout you down. Before your lazy stream in which my thoughts will drown. So stay, Janine, and we can glide along. I've caught your wings for laughs, I'm not obliged to read your statements of the year. So take your glasses off and don't act so sincere. Janine, you'd like to know me well, but I've got things inside my head that even I can't face. Janine, you'd like to crush the walls, but if you take an axe to me, you'll kill another man, but me alone. Oh!
Janine, yeah, short. I like the short, strong, punchy beat, like good music.
The main chorus is catchy. It gets stuck in my head all the time. When I'm playing games, I'm just like, Janine, you'd like to know me well. I love
that stuff inside my head, like, so there's like a darkness in him that he really doesn't share with anybody. That's where I take it.
So originally, when I first heard the album, I was not a big fan of this song, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this song is kind of forgettable, but after I listened to it a lot, I'm like, this song is incredible. And it slowly grows on you, so if anybody doesn't like this song at first, I'd try giving it more tries, because eventually this song grew on me, and I started, now it's like one of my top songs. Not in my top favorites, but probably in my top favorite catchy Bowie songs. Not in my top favorites, but if I had a top favorite of like his catchiest songs, that'd be in there, definitely, in like a top 20 at least. And, okay, so where do you stand with this song?
Yeah, I liked it. I like the music. It does seem like there's a little bit of a, like, you know, I'm kind of messed up in the inside and I don't really want to let you in kind of thing going on, but yeah.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Probably a 6 or 7. What about you?
Okay, I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. I don't know. For me, this album, I think, doesn't really have any bad songs like the previous one. I think the previous one has its moments, but most of them are good on his debut album, but there are some ones that are like, this is just bad. But this one, I feel like I can't really find a song that I really absolutely don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why it's my favorite album, because there's not really a song on the album that I absolutely do not like at all.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I'll tell you the lyrics. So it's based on his friend George Underwood and his girlfriend. I think that was who it was based on. Yeah, George Underwood. And basically the song is about this guy who doesn't want this lady to know, like, who he really is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Basically, that's pretty much it. Next is An Occasional Dream. I'd say, I'm still debating, but I'd say God Knows I'm Good is my least favorite on the album. And then Occasional Dream comes next. But like I said, there's no really bad songs on this album, so it's also hard to rank them. But I definitely say those are lower, but they're not awful. But I definitely say God Knows I'm Good and Occasional Dream are lower on my list of ranking this album. Alright, let's go into An Occasional Dream. Another one, you'll figure out the lyrics, meaning that another song has touched on that same situation. Here we go.
I recall how we lived on the corner of the bed, and we'd speak of the Swedish room, of Hessian and wood, and we'd talk with our eyes of the sweetness in our lives, and tomorrow's a rich surprise. Some things we could do. In our madness, we burnt 100 days. Time takes time to pass, and I still hold some ashes to me. An occasional dream. So close, but not really close our eyes between the sheets of summer made in blue. Gently weeping nights. It was long ago, and I still can't touch your name, for the days of fate were strong for you. Don't steal far from me. In my madness, I see your face in mine. I keep a photograph. It burns my wall with time. Time, an occasional dream. Oh,
That was An Occasional Dream.
An Occasional Dream. Yeah, I noticed it's a lot lighter. Like there's flute in there. Like there's a dreamlike quality. So this is a really great example of using the tone of the music. It's kind of light and airy and like.
I'd say it's one of my least favorites. I don't like God Knows I'm Good. That's my least favorite. I don't know why. I don't think it has enough instrumentation in it, and it's just not interesting enough lyrically like some of the other songs on the album. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when it started. Is he talking about like a fantasy that he imagined or an actual story? And then when he says he keeps a photograph on his wall, that made me think that this is an actual story, like this was a romance that he had.
Why don't
So-
you look up the meaning of the lyrics? Because I kind of forgot it a little bit. I can explain it, but it would be better explained by Google.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes Google gets information correct, because apparently sometimes they're dumb. Sorry, Google, I know you own YouTube. You didn't hear anything.
So
Hear me say
one
anything
person
bad
thinks
about
this is
you.
about his relationship to Hermione. We'd steep so close between the sheets, and then it says, "I can't touch your name, for the days of fate were strong for you, danced you far from me." So it just seems like it didn't, like, she left, she's gone far away, and not there anymore.
The interpretation I heard was it's kind of him, like, remembering the encounter of them breaking up as a dream. Instead of, like, a actual thing that happened. It's more of just, like, a dream.
The way I interpret this is that they had a romance and then she left and he doesn't see her anymore, but every once in a while he dreams about her. That's how I'd interpret the song.
Next is Wild Eyed Boy from Freecloud, another one of my favorites on the album.
Solemn-faced, the village settles down, undetected by the stars. And the hangman plays the mandolin before he goes to sleep. And the last thing on his mind is the wild-eyed boy imprisoned 'neath the covered wooden shaft, folds the rope into its bag, blows his pipe of smoulders, blankets smoke into the room, and the day will end for some as the night begins for one. Staring through the message in his eyes lies a solitary sun. From the mountain called Freecloud, where the eagle dare not fly, in his side gives no indication for the townsman to decide. So the village dreadful yawns, pronouncing gross diversion as the label for the dog. Eyes as he breaks the night to cry, it's really me, really you, really me. It's so hard for us to really the snow had saved a place for the wild-eyed boy from Freecloud. And the village dreadful cried as the rope began to rise, for the smile stayed on the face of the wide-eyed boy from freecloud. And the women once proud clutched the heart of the crowd as the boulders smashed down from the mountain's hand. And the magic and the stare of the wild-eyed boy said, "Stop, freecloud, they won't think to cut me down." Cottages fell like rain caught hell. The tears on the face of the wise boy came trembling down to the rumbling ground. And the missionary mystic of peace love stumbled back to cry among the clouds. Kicking back the pebbles from the freecloud mountain drive.
Yeah, since we forgot to do that, let's have you rank or rate An Occasional Dream. I forgot to ask you what you rate that one out of 10.
I'll probably give it a 5.
Okay, I can agree with that. So what did you think of Wild Eyed Boy from freecloud, one of my favorite ones?
It's one of your favorites.
I love that the company, though, it was funny because when they released some kind of thing for it, they accidentally put Space Oddity, and so I think it was the single. They put Space Oddity, and get this, they called Wild Eyed Boy from freecloud Wild Eyed Boy from Freedom.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you get that wrong? Yes, he's the wild-eyed boy from Freedom. Okay, so he's looking at the lyrics right now. Do you have an interpretation of it?
Well, it seems like this wild-eyed boy is going to get hung at the end of a rope.
Let's just say he's getting executed by the village.
Yes, and then an avalanche comes and falls in the village.
I think the lyrical context was about being like an outsider, being weird. I think is what I heard from the description online. To me, this song sounds like
It seems like everybody in the village died, except maybe not the boy.
What I want to say is I feel like this song sounds like something from a musical or a Disney song, but on steroids. What do you think? Like, I don't know, I think it's very musical inspired.
It definitely has some lyrical quality to it, like a musical, yeah. Like
I just think the instrumentation as well, the orchestration in the background, especially at the last part where he was, I'm just going to call it the good part of the song, and you should know what part I'm talking about. The part after it, after all the calm parts, where it gets, like, intense. I'm just going to say the intense part of the song definitely sounds like orchestration of a musical to me. Like, I definitely heard some instruments from that would be in a musical or like an orchestra or something.
I don't know what I think of this song. It seems like the town's gonna hang him, but that he's not a bad person, just a little different or weird. That's how I... And then I guess the mountain sends a bunch of boulders that crush all the houses in the village or something like that. But it seems like the boy survives.
We'll never know.
I don't know.
Anyways, what would you rate this song out of 10?
I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. I know you really like it.
How dare you?
Not my favorite.
Next is my least favorite on the album, God Knows I'm Good.
Okay.
And then after that is another good one, which is Memory of a Free Festival. I'm a fan of the longer tracks. I just think the progressiveness of songs are good because I like the build-up, especially later when we get to Station. That's one of the greatest progressive songs of all time, in my opinion. At least in the realm of disco, because it was the 70s, so of course he needed to have a disco phase. In 1976 and possibly 1975 had some, but it was more plastic soul, which he invented that genre, by the way. Next is my least favorite, which the next one I feel like really sounds like something somebody would sing, at a bar or something. It sounds like something somebody would sing, not for a professional song. I feel like this song, there's no way this song was not a song that they were adding last minute to fill up the album. This song had to be one that they're just find something to make a song, because we need to get the runtime, because we need to get the time correctly. We need it to be a 44-minute album, so just make up a random song, and then we'll have a full album. Anyways, next is God Knows I'm Good, my least favorite, and we'll see what you think.
I was walking through the counters of a national concern, and a cash machine was spitting by my shoulder. And I saw the multitude of faces, honest, rich and clean, as the merchandise exchanged and money rolled. And a woman hot with worry slyly slipped a tin of a stewing steak into the paper bag at her side. And her face was white with fear in case her actions were observed. So she closed her eyes to keep her conscience blind, crying, God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good. God may look the other way today. God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good. God may look the other way today. Then she moved toward the exit, clutching tightly at her paper bag. Perspiration trickled down her forehead, and her heart had leapt inside her as a hand laid on her shoulder. She was led away, bewildered and amazed. Through her deafened ears, the cash machines were shrieking on the counter as her escort asked her softly for her name. And a crowd of honest people rushed to help a tired old lady who had fainted to the whirling wooden floor, crying, God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good. Surely God won't look the other way. God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good, God knows I'm good. Surely God won't look the other way. Hey!
Okay, what do you have for this?
Interesting little song. I thought it's trying to be something, maybe it's not quite, because there's only two elements in it.
Yeah.
Or two pieces, and I think...
The riff is the same over and over again.
We need, a third piece. Yeah, the guitar was kind of flat. But, there's one woman who's trying to shoplift. If I understood it rightly, she's in a store and she's trying to shoplift a steak.
I mean,
she
like,
gets
the guitar
caught.
riff is fun, but it's just too repetitive.
Then there's another woman fainting on the floor, and the first one is like, God knows I'm good, he'll look the other way, and the other woman is like, God knows I'm good, and maybe he won't look away, like he'll see me.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, like...
I guess, so the lyrics, I guess, were inspired by a newspaper article Bowie read about, they accused an old woman who was shopping of trying to steal. I guess is basically all it was inspired by. So to me, to have it be inspired by a newspaper article makes me think it was just a last resort to finish the album. They're
Maybe
like, we need to
thinking about
find a way to record something to finish the album. Let's just base it off a random thing, and then we'll be done with this. Do you think that, like, it sounded like a song as a last resort to finish the album because they needed to fill it up? I feel like it does, because I don't know. I feel like he didn't make it as interesting as he could have. I mean, if you look at the other songs, he definitely had the potential to make it like the other ones and more interesting. Like, I know he had an unreleased song from the album called Conversation Piece that apparently was taken off because they didn't think it fit the tone of the album that well.
What that song was about, or...
I don't really know. I think it was about, like, socially awkward people or something. I don't know. Anyways, next is the one I find my friend rated it low, but I just find it to be very, like intriguing, especially in the second half. It does drag on a bit, and I know you don't like the songs that drag on, but I feel like it drags on just enough for it to be good. Like, I don't want it to end like they repeat the same thing 4 times and then it ends. I want them to repeat it as much as they do in the end of the song. I don't know. I think the next song is a good one. Like, to me, the last part is just so catchy that I don't care how long it drags on. It could go for the rest of my life and I wouldn't care. I'd just be sitting there singing that same lyric with the song over and over again. Eventually, I'd probably listen to a different song, though. Anyways, next is the very last song on the album, and a very interesting one that people have had a hard time deciphering the lyrics, Memory of a Free Festival.
Maybe I should announce it, shall I? Memory of a Free Festival. The children of the summer's end gathered in the dampened grass. We played our songs and felt the London sky resting on our hands. It was Godland. It was ragged and naive. It was heaven. We touched the very soul of holding each and every life. We claimed the very source of joy ran through. It didn't, but it seemed that way. I kissed a lot of people that day. Oh, to capture just one drop of all the ecstasy that swept that afternoon, to paint that love upon a white balloon and fly it from the toppest top of all the tops that man has pushed beyond his brain. Satori must be something just the same. We scanned the skies with rainbow eyes and saw machines of every shape and size. talked with tall Venusians passing through. And Peter tried to climb aboard, but the captain shook his head, and away they soared, climbing through the ivory vibrant cloud. Someone passed in bliss among the crowd, and we walked back to the road unchained. The sun machine is coming down, and we're gonna have a party. The sun machine is coming down, and we're gonna have a party. Yeah, yeah, the sun machine is coming down. Oh, sun machine is coming down. Oh, sun machine is coming down.
Closing track, Memory of a Free Festival. What were your opinions on it? The only really context we have to the lyrics is this was written somewhat after his father died.
So he mentions being in London, like outside in the sun, like he's playing at a festival or something.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. That part I didn't. And he goes on and on. The sun machine is coming down. We're gonna have a party. Like, does he mean like a summer party, or is this something else? That's like that's over and over the refrain.
I don't know. I don't care that repeats over and over again because it's catchy as heck. I could just listen to that second.
Festival. I'm assuming it's some sort of festival in the summer, like a music festival.
The song should just be called The Sun Machine.
Yeah, I could do that.
They could make part 1 Memory of a Free Festival and part 2 The Sun Machine. Okay, what would you rate this one out of 10?
Probably give it a 7.
Okay, I'll take that.
Would you go with that, or you go higher?
10 out of 10.
You go 10 out of 10. So you rated this one as a 10 out of 10. Space Oddity. Was there another one on this album you hit 10 out of 10?
Okay, here are my 10 out of 10. Space Oddity, Letter to Hermione, I think is pretty good. Only because I like how personal it is, and I just think it's a good personal song that he was able to get his emotion out in. Signet Committee, the one you rated 5 out of 10 somehow, you crazy person. Then Janine is a 10 out of 10 for me just because it's catchy enough for me to rate it 10 out of 10. Then I'd put Wild-Eyed Boy from Freecloud and Memory of a Free Festival is all 10 out of 10.
Wow, you got like 10 out of 10.
That's why it's my favorite album. This is my favorite Bowie album. That I'd have to say is my personal favorite. If I had to say what his best one was, I'd say Diamond Dogs. Just because of its story, his storytelling ability. So
guys, thanks for listening along, and
to start off the early ranking, we're gonna rank both 60s albums. Which one do you think was better?
This one,
or which one do you like more?
The first one we did. Yeah, I would definitely say this one's above. Yeah.
I heard some people say it's forgettable, but how can you forget the closing track? The sun machine is coming down, and we're gonna have a party.
Yeah, and definitely Space Oddity stands out.
I think other ones stand out pretty well too, like Memory of a Free Festival, because I just think Memory of a Free Festival is such a unique song compared to the other ones, because all of the other ones are like very acoustic, and that one's very different.
There's a wide range of music styles, and like it's fun. Like there's a lot of different stuff happening.
So do you think it's forgettable as people say it is?
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Solid. I gotta listen this way.
What would you rate this one out of 10? That album itself.
Okay, I would probably give this. Overall, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
I don't know. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Just because I think none of the songs are really awful. Is what I like about it. It's a very listenable album. Like it's an album that is easy to get into, in my opinion. Just because of its, I don't know. It's just an album that I like. I think it's very memorable. It's not forgettable.
Do you think that, like with this, we can discuss whether you like it or not. Like it's music. Hey, and none of it's horrible. Like it's all
okay, you have to admit, In the Thick of It is a terrible song.
By
KSI. The one that goes, I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. Have you never heard that song? It was like the most popular thing last year.
Not every song is fantastic, but I do feel like having music around is always good. That's
my opinion is not every single song on the entire planet is good, but definitely most songs are good. Unless it's like...
Except for that, the Creepy Graveyard one. I'm not going to say that was this song.
It felt more like a story thingy.
Yeah, I didn't like that song. That was messed up.
After this, I think we should listen to Conversation Piece just because I want to see if you think that the studio was right to not include it because they claimed it was not like the same tone as the rest of the album. Is why they took it off, I guess. I don't know, I think he re-recorded it in 2001 for the Toy album. I think that version is superior because I feel like it fits the tone of the I think it fits the themes of the original one better.
I'll be back.
Alright. Well, guys, after this, we're going to do a bonus one, conversation piece. We'll be back with conversation piece. The thing I want to say before we react to this bonus track is, do you think the album we just listened to is an album you would, like, re-listen to? Or would it be or would you just listen to some songs?
Probably not the whole album, probably just some of the songs.
Alright, next we're going to listen to a bonus track for this video, conversation piece. I think the bonus tracks we'll just review after we've heard them off camera, because I like doing the albums better. Because it makes me have to work extra to record bonus tracks, so I'd rather just keep it simple and review it after we hear it off camera. So let's listen to conversation piece and then review it, and we'll see if it really doesn't fit on the album.
Yeah, that definitely seems like I like that song. It left a little thought in my heart. It also feels a little sad. Like he's not able to connect. He's not able to make it, like, a lot of tears.
Whatever told me this, I don't know if it was correct, because I looked it up and it said that was incorrect, but I looked it up on Google one time and it said it was correct. Google is dumb sometimes, so one of them is correct and one of them is incorrect. I originally looked it up and it said it was about racism.
Yeah.
From what I looked up. And then I looked it up later and it said it was about something else, so I don't know what it's really about.
No, there's some details that he lives above the grocery store and there's an Austrian man that tries to make conversation with him. But he can't see the bridge. So I took the first one as he can't see his way forward for the tears in his eyes. Like there's too much for the rain in his eyes. He can't see his way forward. And the second one, he can't connect with this person.
I don't know, I think it's about, like, people have struggle with social interactions. Because they talk about, like, this guy tries to make conversation with him and he, like, is like, I don't want to make conversation with you.
I would see that for that second one. I can't see the bridge. And the third one was he couldn't see what? The rain?
Yeah. I think. Or the road.
The road.
Rain, I don't know. Something that starts with an R is all I know.
Yeah.
What would you rate this one out of 10?
I'd probably give it a 6 or 7, maybe 6.5.
Do you think the studio was right that it doesn't, like, really fit the tone of the albums?
I don't know. They could have put it as the last song on the album.
Yeah, I liked Memory of a Free Festival better as the closing track. I just love how it closes with the sun machine is coming down.
We're gonna have a party.
Also, I want to do one other bonus track just because I want to do 2. I'm trying to still think of what it will be. Bug, get out of here. I'll crush you with the door. Anyways, that was conversation piece. I like that one. I think it's a good one. Alright, now let's listen to another bonus track and then the video will be over. This is the last existing on the internet, at least. Not the last ever thing, but the last thing we actually, like that's actually officially released. Is, I think this is the last thing he recorded with Duran that's actually been released. I think that was, so London by Tata, I think, was the last thing that's actually released that he recorded with Duran. He probably recorded something else last that is probably not released. That was probably from the album that he never released, Occasional Dreaming, but I like that song. I think it's catchy.
Do you know what that means, London by Tata?
Mm-mm.
Is that an area, a place in London, or
you know? What are your interpretations of it?
It has a great, like, positive beat to it, but he seems a little discouraged. Like, I don't like your new look, that's mean, or something like that. Like, he's seen something he doesn't like. So it, like, it's a positive sound, but it's a kind of a negative story. I don't know. I didn't quite get the whole meaning of it.
To me, it's just like the other songs from his debut album that are just kind of fun and don't really mean anything. I mean, they tell a story, but they don't really mean anything personal to him or have, like, context for, like, judging the world or anything like he does in his later stuff. I think it's kind of just a fun song, like his other earlier stuff. It's gonna rip the door off. So what would you rate this song out of 10?
I don't know.
How do you not know? You just listened to it.
I don't know. You can't rate everything. How would you rate that flower over there?
A 1 out of 10. It's the ugliest flower I've ever seen.
The yellow one?
Yep.
Not everything is rateable, but... Alright, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay. I don't know what I'd rate it. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Next time we're gonna react to the rest of his 60s stuff, because that's what I want to do for the next video.
Alright, thanks guys. Bye for now.